If you are ready to enter your wealthy girl era, then you landed on the right video because it is time for us to live our best lives now. And if I had $1 for every time I heard we can't afford it growing up, baby, I'd be a millionaire right now. But I'm not yet. Emphasis on yet, because in this video, we are going to talk about 3 ways that I am building a wealthy woman mindset so I can continue thriving and not surviving in my wealthy girl era and cultivating a life that I don't need a vacation from. And this includes you, baby, because we are all destined for that wealthy woman era. We deserve to live our best lives now and in the future. So if you are new here, or if you're a returning member of the Maximize Money Gang, hey girl, hey, my name is Jocelyn and I am the founder of Maximize Money, where I show 9-to-5 earning Black women how to save more, spend wisely, and ultimately use their incomes to build their dream lives now and in the future. So let's just get into it, baby. The number 1 way that I am building a wealthy woman mindset is by having an abundance mindset and not a scarcity mindset, which is something I've had for a very long time. And I don't know about y'all, but I low-key hoard money. You know, I put it into my high-yield savings account, I invest it, but I have an internal fear of not ever having enough money because that was very common for me growing up. Growing up, we really couldn't afford it. I came from a single-parent household. There was always just enough. So even when I wanted to do things that were outside of needs and just wants, I heard no a lot more times than I heard yes. And I think that impacted me as a woman because I still feel like whenever I go out with my friends, my homegirls, even my family, and we're out maybe a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is rare, but let's say we're out on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's money being spent Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And for them, they just kicking it. It's appetizers here, it's dessert, it's bottomless mimosas, and be clear, I'm down for all that stuff. But I think internally, sometimes I'll be feeling like, oh my God, I'm spending a lot of money. And I had to think about, where is this coming from? Why do I feel like I don't have enough money when I've literally been saving like hell? Like, why do I feel like I'm going to run out of money? And I realized it was an internal mindset that I grew up with. Again, we never had enough. We barely got by. Me and my mom shared plenty of meals together because that's all we could afford was one meal. But over time, I realized, okay, girl, that mindset's not going to serve you. If you are always going to feel like you never have enough or you barely have enough, then that's literally the way you're going to live your life. And I have started to change the way that I look at money, and I've changed it so that I have an abundant mindset. I don't need to hoard money. I don't need to have I don't have 100K in the bank, but I don't need to have 100K in the bank, baby. Money is here to help us live our lives better. So as long as your bills are paid, as long as you've set aside the money for savings, as long as you've invested, which I need to do a better job at, but I've gotten much better, enjoy your life. You feel me? Like, don't be the penny pincher. And I'm not the penny pincher when I'm out with my friends, to be clear. But like, if you have the money and you've set aside the necessities, baby, just go spend it. But that's something I'm actively working toward, like actively working on. And if you can relate to that, comment below and let me know your story because it's tough. It's tough. We can't afford it. I feel like it's ingrained in my mind sometimes. I can't afford it is ingrained in my mind sometimes. And another thing that I feel like I was subjected to growing up, which a lot of us are, and I'm sure you are as well. So, you know, if you relate, comment below. But I associated money with working. Like, I needed to trade my time to earn money. And I overworked myself plenty of times over the course of these 30 plus years, baby. And one time in particular was when I was paying off my student loans. And so I have a video on how I paid off over $80,000 in student loan debt. I'll pop that up on the screen and I'll link it at the top. But for those 2 years, baby, I was a working horse. I had 3 jobs. I had a main job where I was 9-to-5ing. I was a consultant to Black-owned businesses. And I dibbled and dabbed in Uber Eats, dropping people's foods off. And I was like, I am tired. Yes, I want to pay off this debt. And I did it for 2 straight years. I paid it off early, actually. But I knew that I never wanted to overwork myself the way that I did. And that money can flow to me easily. Money can flow to me easily. And I can also put my money in different resources and tools so that it can earn me money without me working for it. One of those ways is high yield savings account. I have another video where I highlight that, and I'll try to pop that up on the screen somewhere. But I overworked myself. I could have died. My mom, and I moved back home with my mom, and my mom was like, all you do is work. And I'm like, girl, this is what you taught me. What you mean all I do is work? But even hearing her say that, I was like, wow, that means I must be doing a lot, because either I'm at work or I'm at home and I'm on my computer working or I'm asleep. There was no in between. And the fact that my mom, who low-key gave me this mindset, was like, all you do is work. I knew that after I paid off those student loans and that debt, I didn't want that to be my lifestyle. And so though I do still feel guilty when I overspend, even if I've already saved the money, I'm learning again how to repurpose and reframe my mind and adapt to my own sort of affirmations. And one of them is that money flows to me easily. I don't have to do anything to earn money. Money flows to me easily. Now I have to put things in order for that money to flow to me easily, like high yield savings accounts. But I know that I don't have to carry those mindsets and those limited mindsets with me, because I have money making skills, number one, and I put my money into the right channel so that they can earn me more money, not just now, but in the future, i.e. investing, baby. And that I have enough, and that God supplies, and I don't spend, sometimes I do, I'm human, but I try to spend strategically and know that the things that matter are already covered because I've set the money aside or I've automated it already. So comment below and let me know, what was that moment in your childhood, or what were some conversations you heard growing up as it related to money? Because I don't want to feel like I'm the only one who struggled, baby, who was overworking and felt like we couldn't afford anything fun, So comment below and let me know what that was like for you growing up, or one phrase that you heard, over and over that's been ingrained in your mind and impacts how you spend your money. Number two, another way that I am building a wealthy woman mindset is I utilize value-based spending. And this is a term that I recently heard. I was already doing it, but it was a term that I heard. And I was like, oh, I like the way that sounds. And basically what that means is spending your money based on what you value and not on anyone else's sort of values. And so for me, my values are experiences. My values are keeping a comfortable, clean, environment in my home and in my car and in all the spaces where I spend a lot of time at. Another thing that I value is trips. I really enjoy trips because they're cultural. They give you a break from your normal routine. It gives you an opportunity to meet new people, and you just never know who will cross your path. And so for me, I love to travel. And so I utilize my money to create these experiences and these trips that bring me joy. Now, you could be watching and saying, girl, I'm not a big trip girl. I'm not a big experience girl. I'm more of my wig needs to be laid girl. I'm more of a get my nails done every 2 weeks girl. And that's good for you. I don't tell people what to do with their money because it's not my money. But if you are a trip girl, if you are a travel girl and you want to find ways, or an experiences girl, and you want to find, ways to actually do more of that without spending your money, then you need to get my Luxury Living on a 9-to-5 Budget Masterclass, because, again, this is for the girls who like trips and experiences. If that's not you, then just keep listening and wait till I get to the next point. But I knew that after I paid off my student loans, I wanted to make sure that I can travel more without spending my money for it. And so the way that I used to travel is I would just use my cash. I would use my debit card, and I wouldn't get any ROI back on that. And I was like, okay, how can I travel more and actually get something back on it? I'm hearing that these people are using points to get free flights. I'm hearing that these people are, booking hotels for half the cost. How can I get in on this? And that's when I really started to discover the power of travel credit cards and points or miles. They're used interchangeably, and how people use them to earn free flights, to get free hotel stays, to be able to travel more without spending their hard-earned money, but be able to travel more based on points and miles that they earn on their everyday purchases. And now that's something I do. All of 2024, I've been on flights. I have taken trips, and none of my flights have cost. They have all cost me $0, and that's because I earn points on everyday purchases like my gas, my groceries, my bills, and I allow those points to accumulate until I have enough to redeem them for a free flight or a free hotel stay. And I go over all of this in super duper detail in my Luxury Living on a 9 to 5 Budget Masterclass, because I don't want you to just use the cards that I use. You know, my cards give you bang for your buck, baby. I show you how to choose the cards that are good for you based on your lifestyle. So if you spend a lot on a certain category, there are often credit cards that you can choose that make sense for the expenses that you already have, you know? And a lot of us just don't understand where to start with this. So it's super beginner friendly, it's super action oriented, and by the end of this, you're gonna know exactly what to do. But don't just take my word for it. I want you to hear from my girl Bree on her experience with the masterclass and how she's been able to make it happen and take these free trips. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that up on the screen.
So I saw that and I booked my flights for I booked flights for LA, didn't have to pay anything for those. I'm taking my boys. We did find a really cheap flight, like, you know, all four of us for like $200 something. But then I was able to book my one way back with points. So I'm like, I've booked like 3 trips and no money has been spent.
Hello, isn't it wonderful?
Great. But you know, it's one of those things of, that's what's so helpful about learning. And sometimes it's a reminder, because I love a good points trade-in, but because I had just taken your class, like that was just, people talk about top of mind awareness, like that was at the top of my mind. And so I'm like, what else can I get up on here? Let me see. Where we got some points. Like I looked at my Capital One rewards, and I actually traded those in for cash and put that to just go towards my payment. I'm like, hey, go ahead. Then I don't have to worry about that.
Another thing. If you aren't going to use them, use them to pay off some bills.
Hello?
So again, this is for the girls who like experiences. This is for the girls who want to take more trips and not spend their hard-earned money to do it, but earn these points and redeem them for those free experiences. So that is linked in the description, and I'm looking forward to helping y'all change the way that y'all travel and collect these experiences. So the last way that I am building a wealthy woman mindset and entering my wealthy girl era is I am taking calculator risk, y'all. Like, I low-key, and this is still something I'm working through, like I feel like I've gotten a little more comfortable with being afraid to fail, but I still don't like to fail. Like, I just be wanting stuff to get knocked out the park. But like, if I have a moment to be honest with you guys, even when it comes to the masterclass, like, I had to continue to iterate it before it started selling. And so for me, I believe in learning so that I can execute and then continue to iterate as I continue to learn. So the name of the masterclass at first was Thrive with Your 9 to 5, because again, I teach the girls, the 9 to 5 earning girlies, how to save more and spend wisely. But like, nobody was checking for that. What do you mean, baby? We don't even like our jobs. You want me to thrive with my 9 to 5? Forget this 9 to 5. And I was like, you know what, girl, you're right, because I don't even want to work. So who are me to tell you to thrive with your 9 to 5, baby? What we want to do is collect these luxury experiences. What we want to do is travel. We want to live luxury lifestyles with our 9 to 5 incomes. And so I shifted my messaging. I shifted what was in the masterclass from that feedback, and boom, sale. As y'all heard from Bree, like, it's simple. It's to the point. It's highlighting the things that I already knew I should be doing but didn't know how to do. Like, that is not what was of interest to the girls. The girls want to take trips, okay? The girls want to collect these experiences and know that they have the money to do it and afford their bills. And that's literally what the masterclass is about. So that's one way that I'm able to take calculated risk and not be afraid to fail. But another thing that I like to do is dream big. And I encourage you to dream big. And so I went to Jamaica earlier this year. Again, free flight. Hello. Half off the Airbnb because of points. Thank you. All of that's linked in the masterclass. And while I was there, I went to go view a 3-bedroom ocean view new construction home. Do I have the money to buy that thing? No. But going to see it cost me how much? $0, y'all. And I think there is power in placing yourself in situations and experiences that reflect what you desire for yourself. So hopefully the video will be on here so I can show you guys what it looked like. And so again, do I have the money to buy that thing right now? No. But I've already started to think about what that can look like for me in my future. Number one, it's an investment. It's an investment, and it feeds into my desire to have a place for my family and my friends to come and seek rest, okay? Because we deserve it. And I know that as I make more money, it's not just for me. It's to spend more time with my family. It's to take them on trips. Like, I'm looking forward to having all expenses paid trips for my family, for my friends. Like, I want to just be able to send out a little iMessage group and be like, hey, y'all, we're going to Jamaica next month. Just book your flight and meet me there. Everything is covered. Like, that's the life that I want to live. Like, I want to create these experiences because, again, I grew up hearing we can't afford it. We don't have any money. We don't have enough money, and I don't want that to be my future. I want to be able to use my money to bring good to this society, but it starts with my community, my tribe. And so having that space can provide them with solace, with rest. Having that space is going to make me some money because when I'm not there, I can rent it out and I can make my money back. Having that place is going to provide me with more equity because the beauty of real estate is the equity tends to go up on the house, which means that the value of the home continues to go up. So I don't need to be afraid to take the risk. I don't need to be afraid to take these calculated risks because I know that money flows to me easily. And if I continue to manage my money and be a good steward of my money, then the opportunities will align with me when God feels that it's the time for them. So this might involve for you, saving for the house. It can involve for you finally deciding to pay off the debt. It can involve for you finally sitting down and making the plan for you to leave your hometown. I know a lot of people want to leave their hometowns and just start fresh, but it's going to require you to be strategic with your money. It's going to require you to be strategic with your time, and it's going to require you to take those calculated risks because you will never know if you don't decide to do it. So comment below and let me know about a calculated risk you've been thinking about that you can't stop thinking about so that I can encourage you and that we can be a safe space for one another because we got hopes, y'all. We got dreams. We got a dream life that we desire, but we have to be willing to take the first step to make it happen. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Comment below and let me know, how are you building your wealthy woman mindset? How are you stepping into your wealthy girl era, your rich girl era, so that we can encourage one another, So leave some helpful tips below. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know which one of these you are actually going to implement. And let's keep the conversation going because, again, we have hopes and dreams. We do dream talk over here, baby. We don't just live a mediocre life. We live full, thriving lives, okay? So let me know which one you're implementing. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. And let's all step into our rich girl era, our wealthy girl era with confidence. And let's encourage one another as we do it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.